What's up, guys? It's Satch here with another episode of Heroes Rise of Prodigy. If you have not seen the last episode, go ahead and check that out. Leave me a like, comment, subscribe. You know, all the support really helps. So, this is part 2 of the Tuesday uploads for Heroes Rise since I skipped Monday. So, I'm pretty flustered right now because the last episode pissed me off. But, whatever. We'll go 15 minutes later and we'll see what happens. It isn't long before you see your bedroom window waiting for you invitingly. Thinking you might collapse before you reach it, you give one final push to land inside. All you want to do is get in bed immediately. But you need to let Grandma know you're all right. Your muscles aching, you move slowly toward the door. "Gran, it's me," you shout. "I'm all right, but I'm..." "Well, look who it is," you hear a familiar voice say, stopping you in your tracks. Sitting in your living room is none other than... Please don't tell me that it's Jury or that Kevlar girl or the other chick. Oh, God. Oh, of course. Mayor Victon, and he does not look too pleased. Of course it's that guy, because I beat up your stupid bitch son. Oh, what a douche. Okay, Chapter 6, Victonian Visions. Let's see if our... Okay, so we can't even sleep to recover any power or any health. Fantastic. Your heart begins to pound and you clench your fists. It's just... I feel like I'm going to kick the ass of the mayor right now. Your heart begins to pound and you clench your fists. It's just about all you can do not to pummel Mayor Victon on sight. See, told you. The only thing holding you back is seeing Grandma sitting in the living room behind him. "What are you doing here?" you say, willing yourself to stop shaking. "Not now. There's no need to be rude," Mayor Victon says. "After all, your grandmother was kind enough to invite me inside." You send Grandma a look, and she returns it with a calm nod. "Not now, Satch," you imagine her saying. "I received an urgent call from my son claiming that some rogue rookie attacked him and sabotaged his latest case." God, you are such a... Are you kidding? You're holding your son's hand when he's like 30 years old? "I had my office discover which so-called hero this was, and a quick background search gave us your address. Then I had some of my more colorful staff pay you a visit." Your eyes flash back to Grandma, but she nods once again, indicating that she's all right. If this scum had hurt her, you don't even want to think about what you do. "I'd probably die because I'm on the edge of death right now. It's terrifying that your private information is out there too." "Well, that's just how it is. Sure, you have a secret identity, but since all heroes have to register with the government, there's a secure database with all the licensed heroes' information in it. A database that Mayor Victon clearly has access to one way or another, probably slimily and scummily. Imagine my surprise when they found an old woman living here instead of some young buck hero. And then my absolute delight to learn that I had walked right into the new life of my dear old friend, the Castons." This game is pissing me off so bad. Okay, God. "I had heard you'd been enrolled in PFPP, but I rather frustratingly had been informed of your whereabouts." Mayor Victon pauses, hitting you with the warmest politician smile he can muster. He's got some Kennedy-esque good looks as his son, but you can see slightly his replugged hairline and concealed covered cheeks. It is rather gratifying to finally have found you after all these years. And even more gratifying to know exactly where you live," Victon says, his voice dropping. "Do keep that in mind next time you happen to come across my son. That's enough, you think. Tell Mayor Victon to leave now. Hear Mayor Victon out." Oh, God. Oh! Blast Mayor Victon away. Oh! Yes! Oh, God, please let this work. Please let this work. You don't say a word, simply raising your hand toward Mayor Victon. This man took your parents away from you, and now he has the audacity to threaten you in your own home. "Not tonight. especially because for all Mayor Victon's posturing, he has his eye on a bid for the upcoming presidential election. He's beloved by the people of Millennia City for regulating powered activity and making the city a safer place to live. Taking down your murderous parents was spun as a positive, but coming after the innocent, shattered family won't play well to the public, especially not with the PFPP backing you up. So Mayor Victon won't make any waves here, at least not today. But Mayor Victon eyes you, seemingly pleased by your aggression. Why didn't we blast him away? Did we? Okay, we didn't lose any stuff. Of course, I have full security detail positioned outside your home, outside your door. In addition, considerable defense is afforded by my meat chip, so I'd caution you against any rash decisions. Mayor Victon smiles at you, a smile that sends ice through your veins. So we're not allowed to beat the crap out of this douche? You're about to respond when suddenly Mayor Victon shouts in pain and jumps sideways. You're quite delighted to see that one of Grandma's Venus flytraps had its way with Mayor Victon's thigh. Hell yeah. Oh, I'm terribly sorry about that, Grandma says. DeMilo sometimes has a mind of her own. Now, if you'll excuse me, I do think it is time that you were leaving. That is, unless you have something constructive to add to this conversation. Mayor Victon looks from Grandma to you, the smile draining from his face. I just wanted to drop by to let you know you always have a friend in me, Mayor Victon says as he walks toward the door. Feel free to call me any time. And now that I know where you two live, do remember that I can call you any time I'd like to. On that discomforting notion, Mayor Victon exits your apartment. Bastard, Grandma says, patting DeMilo. She looks as if she wants to say more, but stops when she gets closer to you. Oh my word, you look dreadful, Satch. Are you all right? Yes, I just need a moment to think. No, tonight has been intense. I don't know. I'm going to be honest with her. Tonight's been pretty damn intense. A few short hours ago was the best birthday of your life, but now you try your hardest to block out your failures. Well, you can't succeed without failing. To forget that your costume is still covered in bits of human ash. You thought being a hero would be more glamorous and exciting, but tonight was just... You could barely save your own life, let alone anyone else's. As the adrenaline finally drains from your body, one thought pounds in your brain, pushing everything else out. You wish your parents were here. It isn't long before you're on the floor, the room blotching into blackness. The last thing you make out is Grandma kneeling beside you, looking more worried than you've ever seen her. 2 weeks later. Oh, okay. 2 weeks later. Rookie hero Bruiser ruins everything. Yeah. Millennial Orbit article contributed by Sandra Challa. Isn't that her friend, Sandra Challa? I guess. I don't know. It's been weeks since this article came out, but it still stings every time you read it. At this point, you can only bear to skim the clippings. Not only does the news blog chew you out for destroying the gravitas, there's also a quote from Rexford Schillers damning you for costing him hundreds of thousands of dollars. Of course, there's a quote from Jury, too, saying that you sabotaged what otherwise would have been a successful mission for him. The MCPD have also marked you as a dangerous fugitive, pinning the Splice Circle's murders on you. In fact, the only reason police haven't knocked on your door is Jenny, my blessed PFPP friend, had wherewithal to hack the government database and alter my personal information after my Victonian visit. I splurged for one major meat chip upgrade, the anti-tracking function. I hacked the database yourself. Huh. I think I would have hacked it. I don't want... Well, oh man, these two are good. These two are very good. I don't want to spend any more money, though. Yeah, let's go ahead. I hacked the database. You spent a lifetime looking out for yourself, and this is no different. You know how to solve problems on your own, and it doesn't hurt that you happen to be fantastic with computers. Last and certainly not least, Mayor Victon's office commented in the article, saying that it's amateur hero screw-ups like this one that Mayor Victon's hoping to further regulate during the rest of his term. While the Orbit article probably helped to make Sandra Challa's career, it appears that she has done irreparable damage to yours. Even though she gave you a boost with that first piece on Tracker, she has thoroughly trashed your name with this second article, a fact you won't forget anytime soon. let's check our. We have okay, so who cares? We were already at 0 fame, or 17 fame. So she didn't really do that much damage. The people of Millennia City now think of you not just as a hack, but as an actual danger to society. If you thought getting a good hero gig was hard before, it just got doubly difficult. And your legend level seems seems decimated, as even had a chance to rise down to a measly 3 according to your heroic license. You check the official hero legend meter website that tracks your legend like a credit score, but you know it's bound to be depressing. Let's check it again. Where's our hero score? Okay, so I think we were at a 7 before. So we only went down 4. Oh, man, I'm very tired. It's like, what time is it? 11. The only positive news is that, good or bad, famous or infamous, you place yourself on the map in a big way. Getting people's attention is the first step to becoming a hero, even if it's only negative attention. And now that all of Millennia City is watching, it's up to you to decide what they see next. With that thought in mind, you took some time to rest and recover from that first traumatizing night. More importantly, you took time to reflect on your actions. Considering all that happened with the Gravitas case, how do you feel about your first heroic night? Well, let's see. I put Tracker. Tracker was, okay. Tracker's the guy who was in the apartment, who actually stole the Gravitas. I put Tracker behind bars, saved as many lives as I could, and took a dangerous weapon off the streets. Despite what press might say, I did my duty as a hero to the best of my ability. My reputation is ruined. People think I'm useless at the best and criminal at worst. It's going to be impossible. I don't care. I didn't save enough lives or complete my mission. This one's very optimistic, and that's how I really thought when I was doing it in the last episode. I was like, who would want this freaking Gravitas in the first place? It's all it does is control gravity. That can't do any good. So, yeah, I got this D-bag behind bars. I took a very dangerous weapon off the streets, and I saved some people's lives, I guess, if not for the future. So I feel good about it. Sometimes remaining positive and having a good attitude is all that matters. You still believe in yourself, and that's a trait worthy of legend. Good. Because the only person who we need is ourselves and Grandma. Using your powers in real life, heroing situations was quite a rush, but it proved to be equally terrifying. Even though you managed to survive the night, your power and health levels could have dropped to dangerously low levels. After a week's rest, you're fully healed. Got an email, sorry. After a week's rest, you're fully healed and repowered. But how do you feel about your fighting decisions? Let's see. I defended myself and stayed alive against insanely dangerous opponents, which is all that matters. I was too timid. I could have benefited from fighting a bit more offensively. I think that. I was way too brazen. I needed to be more strategic, defensive decisions. I followed my gut and it paid off, so I'll always listen to my first instinct. Well, we're extremely defensive. Oh, but we're a little bit offensive now as well. But yeah, I really think that we need some more offense. I think. But we kind of suck at like we're missing a lot. Who cares? We need to be more offensive. We need to do some damage. You certainly learned from your feelings regarding the law really matters. You certainly learned that your feelings regarding the law really matter, especially since these feelings have significantly affected your relationship with MCPD. How do you plan to react to the law and police moving forward? The police hating me could be a serious issue moving forward in my career, but at least I'm free to act however I see fit. I should have followed the law and worked with the police. Having them on my side is better than having them against me. That's true. That's very true, but I don't trust the police. I mean, they're working for Mayor Victon, who, why would I trust that guy at all? And the police, in my eyes, they don't help. They show up after the fact. They show up after everything's done, and they sort of do cleanup. And then, if they're in trouble or if they screw up, they'll pin it on me. So I don't need that crap. It's fighting a two front war either way. And if I make the arrest and they're there, they'll take the credit. So I'm doing me. I'm gonna, the police hating me is an issue, but screw them. I'll do as I see fit. No one's going to be able to tell you how to live your life as a hero, especially not the police. Finally, for only one night on the job, you amassed a pretty impressive array of enemies. Who do you think is your biggest threat? Jerry. No. Mayor Victon. No question. Mayor Victon. We're out to get this D-bag. Mayor Victon has more power and influence than everyone else on this list combined. He can make your life hell if he wants to. After what he did to your parents, there's no way he won't think of you as potential threat to his political aspirations. Now, the only problem with picking that is that, it's sort of like how the Jedi are like, oh, you can't, well, referencing Star Wars, like how the Jedi are not supposed to have hate in their heart. And I don't care. This guy, I don't care. I honestly don't care. No matter how you feel about your first case as a hero, you realizing that is going to be way harder than you expected. You're going to have to be stronger, smarter, and faster if you have any hope of surviving the deadly enemies you face, and of finding the success you so desperately crave. But what if this all is a crazy pipe dream? What if you're not good enough? What if the odds just never work out in your favor? Your dreams could simply not come true, and no one would know except for you. Good point. You quickly shake these doubts off. No one ever said this was going to be easy. Exactly. Come on, sack up. Ready to get back to work, you pull on your bruiser costume. You know Grandma will kill you if you don't say goodbye before leaving, so walk into the living room where you find her wrestling with a rather large palm frond. Grandma has lost several of the tools from her gardening belt, and her hair has come undone, matted down to her face with beads of sweat. I'm fine, Grandma says, wiping her brow. Tropez here's just having a bit of a hard time adjusting, and he'll feel right at home in no time. By the way, the video game woman called again, and she sounds rather angry. In your haste to start your heroic career, you quit the video game testing job without telling the company or returning your advance deposit. Perhaps not the smartest move, especially now that you have no idea where you're going to start making money as a hero. Unfortunately, we only have $1,200. Unfortunately, your bank account also took another hit this morning after you paid $800 for rent. Grandma's pension doesn't cover all the bills. Anyway, are you going to see Jenny? Grandma asks, returning to her battle with Tropez. Grandma thinks that with all this fresh, heroic hell on your plate, it'd be rather smart to strategize with your PFPP agent, Jenny. She has access to the government information and claims to have a lead that could help you sort out this mess with the Gravitas case. But you probably bit off too fast taking on the Splice Circle, so you've got to set your sights on smaller scale missions for tonight. Okay. Oh, Satch, Grandma says, have you made a decision about your Sidekick mentoring project? Despite your heroic false start, Grandma has been insisting that you take on a Sidekick mentee. She's always been involved in mentoring powered youth. You even had your own hero mentor back when you were younger. Though the most exciting thing he asked you to do was pick up his dry cleaning. You'd never tell Grandma, but you don't have much faith in the program. Besides, you can't imagine why any young, powered person would want to work with an amateur like you. You've been rather reluctant to choose all week, but at this point you're just tired of Grandma's constant helpful reminders. All right, you say, pulling up the applicant files on your meat chip. As they scroll in front of your face, you decide to go with, okay, this is cool. I actually like this. Sparrow, a 16-year-old orphan from the Eastern Fringes who has the appearance and abilities of a typical bird. Coming from the neighborhood like the Fringes, she won't have... Oh, it's a she. She won't have many heroic opportunities within her reach, a fact you know all too well. Pressy, a 14-year-old, 4-foot-tall, gnomish-looking boy. He believes his power to manipulate the earth comes solely from his magical peg leg. His only dream is to become a hero, but given the rather cutesy appearance, that seems highly unlikely. Tarana Rain, a 15-year-old girl who has the power to generate and manipulate water. She goes to a ritzy Rhine Hill-powered private school and comes home to a wealthy family, one that owns the Millennia Orbit, MC's best-selling news blog. This chick can F off. Manipulate water? What is this, Avatar? I like this guy. This chick, her power kind of sucks. But, you know, I think she and I would get along. We'd actually... we'd have similarities. Let's just say that. I think we'd have similarities, and I think we'd click the best. A 14-year-old, 4-foot-tall, gnomish-looking boy. Manipulate the earth. Damn, that sounds so cool, though. His dream is to become a hero, but given his rather cutesy appearance, it seems highly unlikely. Appearance and abilities of a typical bird. But what does that mean? Sparrow and Pressy. Oh, boy. This guy can control the earth, but I feel like he believes his power to manipulate the earth. I hope that he can actually do that. I hope that he can actually, because the way it made it sound was that he might not actually be able to do anything. You love an underdog story, so you want to work with Pressy. You both can overcome the odds together. Plus, with his earth manipulating powers, he and Grandma will definitely get along famously. What a great choice, sweetheart, Meechip Grand says, appearing today in one of her standard issue outfits, a loose-fitting house dress. I do hope Pressy turns out to be the best sidekick ever. Let's hope, Gran, you think figuring out it's best to practice the thought command function as much as possible. I'm going to go with Pressy, you say to Grandma. I had a feeling you might, Grandma says, a mischievous smirk stretching across her face, which is why I told him to meet you in Ringe Square in 5 minutes to help you with whatever you've got planned for tonight. You open your mouth to protest, but know it's no use. Arguing with Grandma, once she has made up her mind, it's mind-numbingly futile. So you simply nod, jaw clenched. This is certainly going to be interesting. Before you go, you walk over to say goodbye to Bronzina, stroking her petals for good luck. And for heaven's sake, Satch, Grandma starts, once again looking more worried than you can stand. Please be careful out there. You nod at Grandma, knowing it will be hard to screw things up worse than you did last time. Okay, well, this was a pretty long episode, pretty productive. We got a little 4-foot gnome, 14-year-old guy who can control the earth as our sidekick. So if he can actually, if he's good at manipulating the earth, that was the best ability by far. Sparrow was just, I don't know what a bird can do, crap on you. I don't know what a bird can do that's so amazing other than fly, and I can already fly, so. Which kind of sucks because I don't know if the other kid can now that I think of it. But anyway, who cares? Yeah, leave me a like if you're liking what you see. Comment, subscribe, all the support really helps, guys. So yeah, this is Satch signing off, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one.